Hey, friends. This past weekend, we walked through another time of Thanksgiving. I'm hopeful that you were able to sit down and just share a meal with those that are important to you and just share in life and share conversation. As I was privileged to gather on Sunday with some folks that I'm privileged to be known as their pastor. I had to confess to them that just reflecting on recent world events and things that have been going on, as I stand before them and I say to them, we're supposed to gather and give thanks. It's sometimes it's just really hard. And in that moment, I was gently reminded by one of the people who was present that when we give thanks, we are to simply give thanks in all circumstances, and that's just hard. I don't know that there's any other way of saying it. Um, this has been a season of life where it can be extremely hard to find balance, stay focused, stay centered. Where do our conversations even begin for how we move forward? Um, I was even asked um, yesterday by another individual, how does one begin to pray? And to be honest, right now, I'm not even sure exactly of the words that I expressed in those moments, but I've been reflecting on that some. And, I think for those of us that have a faith system, a belief system, you know, I I even hesitate to use words like church as a place because that word church has come to mean so many different things over the course of the centuries, and it's not been good. It's not been healthy. But if I can, friends, I want to try and remind us that when Jesus spoke and he was speaking directly to Peter, he said, "Upon this rock I will build my church." And when he said church, he wasn't speaking of a building, he wasn't speaking of an institution, of a place that would grow and do incredible things. He was simply speaking of people coming together to share life with God with us, the Word, God in the flesh at the center of all of that. And I think for me today, at the very least, that needs to be my starting point every single day. We're hearing a lot right now around this word woke and what it means. And there are some historical context to that. I don't want to get into that. But as I was thinking about that even this morning, just in simple language, the word woke is in past tense as I reflect on that. And to be honest with you, friends, that's not where I want to be living. I don't want to be woke. I want to be waking. I want to be waking every day to the reality of the love that is God, the love that He shares, God in the flesh, God present with us here and now. And you might be thinking and wondering, well, I don't see it. I wonder where it is. Think with me for a moment about the story that Jesus tells of the Good Samaritan. And as Jesus was being questioned about what must I do to have this wonderful eternal hope, Jesus turns the conversation around and he shares this incredible story of one who simply shows mercy. And to the lawyer's surprise, it was someone he did not expect. It was the least that he expected, this individual that showed mercy. And that's what I want to be mindful of today. That I would express, that I would show mercy. As Christ said to the lawyer, go and do likewise. So, where do you and I begin with that? Again, I come back to this thought, the starting point. How do I pray? As that simple question was asked of me yesterday. And I think, friends, it comes back to the words of Jesus, God with us, Jesus the Christ. It's a simple prayer. It's a prayer you may know. It's a model prayer, the Our Father prayer. And for some of us, that might be hard to grasp, even Father, because we don't know what a real father is. We may not have even had a father that loves, a father that expresses care. So how can we even begin there? Well, I think first of all, we need to begin with our, and to recognize that it's not just my Father, it's not just your Father, but it's our Father. He's one who loves us all. That's where we need to begin. That's where we need to begin each day, to be awakened to that incredible love. And so today, maybe you're struggling with a lot of that. Maybe you're struggling with the news like I am around the world and what's happening. But I simply want to remind myself and you today that, like the Good Samaritan, when we think of the other first, we can see and know that love of the Father. And so I just want to leave you with the words of that model prayer as I have tried to interpret them in my own thoughts, in my own way. And may this be an encouragement to you today. Our Father, you are present in a realm we have not seen. Your name is love and light. May your community that is love be present here in the world we exist in, just as it is in the realm we have not seen. Today, thank you for the food on our tables. Help us show grace and compassion to those who need food on their tables. Forgive us when we do not walk in the way of love. May we forgive others with the same mercy you have extended to us. Keep us in line with truth so we do not harm ourselves. Pick us up out of darkness. You reign eternally. You know all that is going on and hold the keys. Thank you for all time and even beyond. Let it be so. Amen.